Hi guys, today I am playing with the Huda Beauty Empowered Eyeshadow Palette. I have been promising for a while that I will be playing with it, so it's finally here. I only received it a few months ago. I have been so busy with other looks and other products that I didn't really get around to using this one before. And I have to say, this color story really reminds me of the days when I started playing around with eyeshadow. I used to play a lot with the orangey and browny colors and more of the coppery and goldy eyeshadow shades, and I was really intimidated by using colors at first, so I used to stick to this kind of color story when I was younger. And when I look at how this look turned out, I'm really reminded why I used to love playing with these colors so much. They really complement my eye color, and I think this look really turned out awesome. So if you are interested in seeing how I did this look, or you want to hear my final thoughts on this eyeshadow palette, then keep watching and I hope you enjoy the video. I primed my eyes with the primer potion from Urban Decay in the original color, and then I just did my eyebrows in the Instant Lift brow pencil. This is in the color Deep Brown, and then I just set the eyebrows with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter gel. I'm so excited to get started with this eyeshadow palette. I've been dreaming about using it for so long. I'm taking Power on a fluffy blending brush. This is a Refa 27 brush, and I'm just going to place it everywhere where I would use my transition color. This color is very close to my skin color, so it actually works well to set my primer with it. Just place it as a base color everywhere. And then on that same Refa number 27 brush, I'm taking Get It, and I'm just placing it high up in my crease. Just want to create a smooth blend of color from light to dark. So I'm just blending that into the other color. I'm just putting some of that under the eye as well. I love this shade. It's a very pretty orangey shade. I'm taking Legacy on a Refa number 1 brush. You can really use the Refa number 27 or fluffy brush. I just want to use this one because it's slightly more pointy, and I can just get a little more precision on it. And I want to just place it in the crease and softly blend it in here. I really want to create a smooth blended look today. I'm just going back in with the Refa number 27 brush. Not adding any product or anything, I'm just blending those two colors together. I love the Huda Beauty formula. The first palette I bought from her was the Retro Mercury Rising palette, and I just really loved that palette, and I haven't invested in a lot of Huda eyeshadow palettes before, and I had my heart set on this one since it came out, but for some reason I didn't buy it when it came out. I only bought it with Black Friday last year when it was on sale. Got it at half price, which is a great bargain. And I'm really glad I did, because this color story is very typical for me. It's the type of color story I used to always wear before I started playing with colors. I'm taking Confident on a Sigma E31 brush. It's a bit more dense, and I'm placing that in the deepest part of my crease. Just taking a bit more product. Just want to deepen up this crease area, starting from the outer side and just blending it inwards. And then I'm just pulling it down to the lid. Basically just creating some depth in this outer V. And then I'm taking that Refa number 1 brush again, just moving a step back to the previous brush. Just want to blend the outermost edges of this color. I'm just placing some of that close to the lash line here at the bottom as well, just to create some depth, almost like a smoky eyeliner type of effect. I'm taking Purpose on, I guess this is a concealer brush. It doesn't have a name on it. I have no idea where I got it, but I use it always with my dark wet colors, and I'm going to place that close to the lid. This is basically an eyeliner. I'm going to use it as a dark base because I want to create a smoky look today. I'm just going to blend it out onto the lid. I'm basically focusing the product on the outer part and close to the lid, and then just blending it upwards and a bit more inwards. I want the most intensity on the outer corner. I usually don't like wet products in an eyeshadow palette because they tend to get full of powder eventually, and then they get all dried up and weird. Let's see how it goes with this one. Don't have too much kickback on it so far. So maybe the powders stay where they need to be. liking this. For the lid shade, I'm taking Visionary. I'm just using it on my finger. And then I'm just tapping it on the lid. I'm trying not to go completely to the end. I want to just deepen that up a bit. This color looked so pretty for me on the swatches. So I was quite curious to see what it looks like on the lid. I'm just going in with a bit more of that confident on this outer corner. I just want to deepen it up a bit again. I just want to create a transition from dark to light. Just notice there's not really a lot of light colors in this palette. I'm going to try using bold moves on a pinky finger. On the inner corner is a highlight color. Whew, that's pretty. I'm just going to softly tap that in this inner quarter of the eyelid, just to create a transition from that inner corner to the darker shimmery color. I'm not going to use a color from this palette for the brow bone. I feel like the colors are a bit dark and I really just want to lift my brow bone a bit, so I am going to use my highlighter palette. My favorite highlighter palette is the Dior Backstage Glow Face palette. I have the one in the universal color and I really just love this highlighter palette. And I'm mixing the top two shades, the strobe white and the strobe gold, and I'm just placing that on a flat fluffy brush and just putting that on the brow bone. You really just want to lift it up with a bit of brightness. What I really like about this highlighter is on your face it doesn't look glittery or like a layer of highlight on the face. It gives it a really soft, natural glow. But you can really amp up the glow with this. It's not like a muted glow. You can lighten, put it on with a light hand and then it's got a soft glow, or you can just apply more and it really amps up the glow without looking like a layer of shimmery color on the cheek. I think I like the look as it is. Let me go put on my eyeliner and eyelashes and do the rest of my face makeup, and then I will be back with my final thoughts and just show you the final look. So here we have the final eyeshadow look. I think it really looks stunning. I love the smoky dark eyeliner with this dark color story. I just added some of the Maybelline Sky High mascara, and then I winged my eyeliner with the NYX Professional Epic Ink eyeliner. It's the black eyeliner. And then in the waterline and just smoking out a little at the bottom, I used the Huda Beauty Creamy Coal Longwear Eye Pencil in the color Vanta, I think. Very Vanta. And it really looks very Vanta to me. It's a very dark eyeliner color and I really love that. And then I just added some Ardell Demi Wispies on the lashes. I will link all of the eye products that I'm using in the description box, so go just have a look there if you're interested in any of them. For my thoughts on this palette, I really love Huda's formula. I love the matte eyeshadows. They blend very easily and they do have some effective pigment in there. And when it came to the shimmery colors, I have to admit that I had difficulty deciding which one to use because They all kind of fit the mood I'm in right now. However, this visionary really intrigued me when I did the swatches, so that's why I decided to go with that one. This palette has two creamy shades in it, the purpose black shade and then this dark browny, almost like a cool tone brown shade at the bottom, Worthy. I'm generally not a fan of creamy products in an eyeshadow palette because they tend to get powdery after some time and get a bit gross. However, I didn't have any kickback in this eyeshadow palette, so hopefully the powders stay in place and do not get all over the creamy shades. I was a bit disappointed that there's not really a light highlighter shade in this palette. This color in the inner corner is the lightest shade in the palette. So I generally like to do a brow bone highlight and an inner corner highlight with a very light shade just to highlight those areas. But I do think this color works well as an inner corner with the dark eyeshadow look. If I do a more neutral look, I think this will blend in with the rest of the colors and it won't really work as well as an inner corner highlight. But in those cases, you just use whatever highlighter you put on your face and then there you go. So it's not the end of the world for me. I like the fact that there's a combination of warm tone and cool tone mattes in this palette, and it's very diverse considering it's a neutral palette. And you do have that gorgeous purpley smoky pop of a bit of color there that's a bit more non-neutral. What I do like is the fact that you can do everyday kind of looks with this as well as smoky, more evening type of looks. And I have to admit, I'm really excited to play with the other colors in this palette. I think I can create great going to work combinations with this and great everyday combinations with this, and even more glamorous evening looks. I did not buy the Huda's grunge palette. I was more drawn towards this palette because I like the fact that it has cool tones and warm tones in here, and the grunge palette kind of looked to me a bit more cool tone, which makes sense in a grungy type of palette, but I think this one is a bit more diverse. So there we go. Let me know what you think about the eyeshadow palette. Let me know what you think about the look. And if you prefer seeing more natural eyeshadow color looks like this, let me know, and then I will play around with more palettes that has the natural color stories to them. And then I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!